Hi guys, it's Jenna the Red-Headed Stitcher here. Today is Saturday the 7th of March and this is the first clip of my March Flosstube video. As you can see, I'm wearing green for March. Editor Jenna's going to put some pictures up here of my March cross-stitch displays. And I'm going to start with reading from my set list for this week's Jenna Spin radio show. And as always, information about that will be in the description box below of how to listen to it. So we had Brian Adams and Melanie C, Steps, Coldplay, Stephen Sanchez, Sam Cooke, Jason Mraz, Shakin' Stevens, Billy Ocean, Madonna, Stacey Orico, The Platters, U2, Cilla Black, D-Side, Bill Medley and Jennifer Warnes, Fleetwood Mac, Lady Gaga, Erasure, Jerry Halliwell, Commodores, Alison Moyet, Will Young, Beatles, ABC, Take That, Blondie, Gordon Haskell, Hunter Hayes, and Westlife. Okay, so usually when I have, well, it's only been since January I've started filming this way. Very first clip when I'm showing you, as I always have been doing at Summer Quaker, I'm doing one page a month, and when it's finished I'm moving on to other things. And usually in the very first clip of the monthly Flosstube I show you, I have a finished page. I don't today, I'm afraid. So I'm going to put a picture up here of the finished thing of Summer Quaker, and this is where we are up to. So I've got this Quaker here, about half the Quaker is on the page there. Finish filling in. It comes to about sort of here, I say, so that is going to carry on. This line of buildings will carry on, and there's just a little bit below it, I think, on that page. There's 3 pages down, so actually it might not come down that far. Might be the next page down has more of that. Then that's the bottom page, and then we will have pages here as well. March, April, May. Yeah, so 3 pages here, with the hope of finishing in July instead of August. Because I'm going to save these 2 bottom pages for last to do in July, because the bottom pages usually just have like this going on. So hopefully I'll be able to get both of them done in July. It's been stitched on 18 count Cloud Summer Sky by Fabric Flare, which is widely available. I purchased mine from Lakeside Needlecraft, and it's using all the colourful colours. The only change that you'll see from the picture of the finish is that there is text on the charts and everything, and I'm not stitching that in. I'm leaving it without the text completely, and that is the only change I'm making. So yes, so I'm afraid it's not done yet, so hopefully next week when I film again it'll be done. So in other hobbies and other news, I said I was starting that charm book. I haven't actually got around to starting it yet, so hoping to get that started. I had an offer for 3 months Kindle Unlimited for 99p, and I stupidly went and signed up for it, even though I don't know when and what I would read at the moment, because I just can't get my head in gear to read much. So another problem for another day. Club 100 still working through Rising Damp, and it's Saturday, so I'll be watching one of those tonight. And tonight I'm watching the film of Ray Donovan. So it doesn't matter that I'm saying this now, no one can spoil anything for me, because you're not going to see this. I'm filming it until right at the end of March. So last night we finished the TV series, tonight we're going to watch the film, which is the official end of the series. So I'm not sure yet what we're going to watch. I'm thinking, I can't think of the name of the programme. There's a programme Billy Bob Thornton did, and I think it's made by the same that was Yellowstone. That TV series, so I can't remember the name, so I might try it. Might try Mobland, which I read was first put across that it was going to be a spin-off from Ray Donovan, but they've turned it into its own separate thing. so I might watch it because even though it's not linked, it might still be a good replacement for it. It's the problem when you finish something, you never find anything new to watch, can you? And gaming wise, don't have much gaming time, so it's Stitch, doing the daily thing on Stitch each day until I get up to 316, and I'll be back to doing the actual pictures on Stitch. And then Sunday, I finished last Sunday. I'm very glad I did the back of it. The little to the left, it was just purgatory at the end. And so obviously I'm not buying the DLC, and I'm going back to playing a DS game, which will be Tamagotchi Connection Shop Free. So that is it. So very short first week clip, and I really don't think there was anything else. Talked about a radio show, talked about reading, anything else. So that's it. So see you guys in the next clip. Bye. Hi guys, it's Jenna, Redheaded Stitcher here. Today is March the 15th. It's Mother's Day here in the UK, and I'm here for part 2 of March Flosstube update. And I'm going to start with showing my progress on my summer Quaker, which I'm doing 1 page a month and aiming to have it finish in July. As in July, I'm going to do 2 pages. And I finished this month's page, finally. So really pleased with the progress that I'm making on that. I'm actually feel like it's actually achievable for me to have a finish of this year. So, and yeah, so it's been stitched on 18 count clouds in the sky by Fabric Flare and using all the purple colours. So it always looks funny when you finish a page, you get that stop. Just looks so funny to me, that. So next month I'll be doing here, so going along like that, and then July will be bottom here, and have a finish. And then August, I will be starting, all being well, the autumn Quaker, and I'll put a picture up here. So with having finished that, I decided I wanted to stitch something small for April. So I got out this chart by Possibilities, and I'm just stitching that bunny there, and not a lot of progress at the moment. And this is using one of the variegated threads I bought on Amazon, so not a DMC branded one. So next week that should be a finish. I'm not sure quite yet what I'm gonna work on when I finish that. The 20th of March is the start of spring, and I'm starting with Laura of Stitching by the Shore, Mary Stitching Corner, the spring sampler by Blueberry Ridge. So, and you should see that in next week's video. So what other news have we got? So Club 100 still working through the Rise and Damp episodes. Gaming wise, doing Stitch in the morning or in the wherever it fits, depending on the day, and doing on Sundays the Tamagotchi shop connection shop free game. I only did a little bit last week, and the controls in those games, they're never brilliant, but this one seems to be particularly torturous, but I'm sure I'll get there. And radio show wise, I've found out I can put my shows on a site called Mixcloud. So once that's done, I'm hoping by the time that this is ready to be uploaded, I'll have got some of my shows on there. So then it'll be in the description box below, and not just the details of the website where you can listen to live and that sort of thing. But as I always say, if you want to hear one, and you can always let me know, and I can email the shows, but I've got copies of all the shows so far. And I think I've done 9 now, so that's a few under my belt now. And I think in 3 minutes, I think that is pretty much it for this update. But I've not decided on what I'm going to work on between now and starting the spring sampler. There's nothing particularly grabbing me. I kind of want something that I can finish quickly, but I don't think I'm really that close to finish on any of those. So with my current whips, so I'm not sure what to do about that. But this is another thing where you have less time sewing, and then suddenly you have a bit more time. So I was able to get that page finished because it seemed to be taking me forever. But it's a bigger page than last month's. This is the thing. Last month's one took 2 days, but it was a smaller page. So, but never mind. It doesn't matter. It all gets done. So, and I think that's it. Yeah. So Club 100, Club. I sort of other one member only film club watching the Stephen Bauer film collection, working through whatever ones they got on Prime at the moment, the free ones. So I watched Stranger by Night, and I've just watched part 1 of False Arrest. It's not clear if he's in part 2 at all, so I'm not sure if, because you very cheeky, it's in 2 parts and you have to pay for the second part, and like I say, I'm not bothered about part 2 and whatever. So yeah, I think that is it. So I know usually I'd go through like the songs I've played on the last show, but because I just wanted to tell you guys about the Mixcloud thing, which is very exciting that I can actually upload onto a website. I think so. And I had Anthony Costa from Blue did a plug on last week's show for me, so that's all good. So yeah, I really don't think there was anything else to discuss. And I still haven't started my book, so I can't even talk about that. Right, so that is an extremely short update for a week, but to get that page finished, shall we have another look at the stunner that is Summer Quaker? Right, see you guys next week. Hi guys, it's Jenna, the Red-Headed Stitcher. This is week 3 of the March 2026 Flosstube update. Today is the 22nd of March, and I'm going to start things off by showing you a finish on the Possibilities Easter pillow. And I mentioned I'd just started that one there, and here's my little finish. So I'm planning on finishing that into a cushion. Obviously a very small cushion, but that's my plan for finishing that one. And I got yesterday my Nashville market order, and I've ordered for the very first time the cookbook. It's not possible for me to do a flip through of this, but I can show you that, which lists all of the designers who have something featured in the cookbook. And I like that it's spiral bound as well, so it makes it easier to keep a page open, and like you can fold it back and as well. And I also ordered this from Primrose Cottage for my August chart project bag. So I've also got 2 whips to show you and 2 plans to start to show you as well. I'm just saying things as they come to mind. It's not been planned at all, as you can tell. I've managed to get my first 3 shows up on Mixcloud, so when I do the description box for this video, there will be a link for the Mixcloud site as well. Okay, so the first whip I'm going to show you is this one. It's the Teresa Koga To the Moon and Back. And I'm stitching this on fabric that I won't be doing this on, and you'll see in a second just why. Because I've got moons, stars and suns printed on this fabric. The fabric company is no longer in existence, and I can't remember the name of the fabric. It's slowly coming on, and I'm using no, I haven't. It's an atoll fabric it's an atoll thread I'm using to stitch the actual golden yellowy colour of the moon. And this is an 18 count fabric, in case I didn't say. And this is on my favourite Q snaps as well. Just opened a blind as well, so I think I'm looking to a bit weird colour wise today in the lighting. Anyway, Nativity Quaker is the other whip I've been working on this week. And this is where we're up to, and this has been stitched on a 14 count gold fleck DMC fabric on this one. And I don't usually do 14, I like 18, but you cannot get this particular fabric in 18. So I had to bite the bullet and get it in 14. So it's meant that instead of my usual 2 threads over what, 2 over 1, I'm having to do 3, sometimes 4 to get the full coverage. Looking good. Really happy with the progress. I mean, I wanted to finish it this weekend, but I don't think I'm going to, because there's a fair amount still to do on the other side, around here. It always takes me longer than I think. I look at it and I think, oh, I could knock that out in an hour. No, 2 days later, you still haven't finished it all. Right, my 2 planned starts. So my first planned new start is Jardin Brevet, and it's a Japanese Quaker, Japan Quaker, it's in French. And I'm stitching this. This is going to be a present for Mum's birthday, and it only uses 310 black and 321 red. Getting close, because I'd not seen it till I looked on their website, and they've got so many Quakers. I think I can officially say 2026 is the year of the Quaker for me. Definitely. And although I'm sewing it for someone else, I do enjoy a Quaker. So I've seen in all these clips, I think every single clip you have seen Quakers. So I'm going to do it on 18 count white, and I will get framed up, but she's aware of it. There's no way I can sew it in secret. Time for do it, but it's okay. I'm looking forward to stitching it for her. Okay, the other planned new start is one that I am doing with Laura of Stitching by the Shore and Mary of Mary's Stitching Corner, and that is the Spring Sampler by Blueberry Ridge. And I'm going to be using one variegated thread. It's not DMC, but it's in purple tones. And I haven't got it to hand, sorry, the fabric is sort of like a pale green colour, like, which I felt was just right for spring. So I'm planning on stitching the whole thing. I know some people sort of, oh, I won't stitch this, I won't stitch that, but I will stitch the whole thing. Because it would actually be a bit difficult to miss out the alphabet there, where you've got, because it's inside that border there. But yeah, so that is my plan to start. And that was for the start of spring. And I haven't started it yet because I just sort out fabric and everything, and ran out of time a bit this week. So that is everything stitching wise. Club 100 still working through Rise and Damp. What else? Still haven't started the book. Still playing the same games. I'm only 6 minutes in, so I cannot believe that when I film next week, it'll be the last update for March. I don't know where this month has gone. And of course, if you entered the competition last video, I will be putting up 2 winners. So stay tuned for the next clip to see that. And I think that really is it. So hopefully, the last one, well, it should be a bit longer because we'll be discussing the lovely people who win the prize, and hopefully to show some progress in these two as well. Okay, so that is it. So see you in the next clip. Bye. Hi guys, it's Jenna, Redheaded Stitcher here, and this is the final part of my March update. Today is Friday the 27th of March, and we're going to start today with the 2 winners of my giveaway for the cross stitch patterns whole shop pack. So there's 2 winners, and I did the random comment generator, and I'm going to post on the screen the actual on the random comment generator, but I'm going to read out 2 names here. So congratulations to Coffee and Cross Stitch Nicola and Doc LJN. So congratulations. So if you can both send me an email, because what I'm going to do, I'm going to forward your email addresses to the company there, and then she's going to actually give you the code and everything so you can access the whole shop pack, your price. So congratulations. Okay, right. So I think I mentioned, and you can just about sort of see in the background part of the whips there. So I did 2 starts, and this week I've been working like I do a strand in one and a strand in the other. So I'm just going to grab them up. Okay, so I'm going to start with Japanese Quaker here that I am doing for Mum's birthday, and this is my progress so far. So you see in the middle there, that's where I've started writing the little Quaker there. Just been stitched on white 18 count Ada using 310, and notice that one sort of looks a bit right then, isn't it? So it's threads pulled down, bit out, and then I'll fix that one. Yeah. So I've just pulled that out just to remind me that I need to fix that thread there. Yeah. Yeah, so that is the centre motif, and as I was trying to say, only uses 310 and 321, so that's pretty good. Okay, so my other start, this one I started with Laura of Stitching by the Shore and Mary of Mary's Stitching Corner, is the Blueberry Ridge Spring Sampler to celebrate the start of spring. Now, I'm using this variegated thread, and I've got a 10 pack of this thread from Amazon. It's not a DMC brand, it's a foreign brand that you can get in bulk on Amazon, and this is the progress I've made so far. It's also been stitched on an 18 count, and let's try and give you an idea of where I'm at. So let's put the sewing down for a second. So this here is all that, and the B that is there, I think. Yeah, because it's 2 pages, and it ends sort of like about there, page 1. There, no, there. And then that small bit is on page 2. So, and I'm really enjoying it. I thought I'd sort of, well, I've had at least one instance when I've held one, like I had this and I had the chart for the other one, and I looked at it, well, hang on, that's not right. But it is nice to actually have multiple projects on the go at the same time, and both of which I'm enjoying. So I haven't made any firm plans for if I'm going to change to doing anything now till like the start of April next week. I might keep doing them over the weekend at least, I'm not sure. And then next week, of course, we've got Easter, so 4-day weekend, which I'm planning on doing. Me and Zoe of Coco Creates talked about doing a 24 hours of cross stitch, but over the Easter weekend, so it'd be over 4 days rather than 3 days. So if anyone's sort of thinking about doing anything like that, then by all means, if a weekend works better for you, why not pick that weekend to do it if you want to do it, or whatever sort of cross stitch challenge you might come up with at all. Okay, so no more planned starts. Got 10 whips at the moment, so I need to get back to finishing 2 before starting 1, definitely. And radio wise, all that's been going fine. gradually adding more shows onto Mixcloud. I'll put my Mixcloud link below rather than the Quakers Hospital Radio website, because if you're not in the right time zone and everything and you're so many hours out, it's, you know, it's not really easy for you to listen to. It's easier if you go on Mixcloud and you can listen to the show at whatever, you know, whenever you want, sort of thing. So there's 3 up, and I'm aiming to put the 4th one up over this weekend. And I've just done my 11th show, so I know I'm a bit behind, but it does take time. And as I'm working now, I haven't got as much time. I can't just shove them all on there. I might try and put some more on over Easter weekend, in all fairness, you know, maybe try and do one a day during that time, but trying not to turn it into actual work, because I am enjoying it and I don't want to reach a point where I don't want to do any of it anymore. Gaming wise is the same. I know I haven't started the book yet, so that's that. Club 100. I don't think that, no, we haven't actually watched an episode of Rising. This week's been so messy and chaotic for multiple reasons, so things haven't quite gone to plan. So, yes, congratulations to our 2 winners for the giveaway. As I said, if you can email me so I can pass your details to the party who runs the company, which is really bad, and I'm just going to get up her name, because, you know, a minute. Her name is Alex, and yeah, because I had a different name in my head, and I didn't want to just say the wrong name or just say company, because it sounds very sort of corporate and everything. But no, Alex of the Stitch Patterns, who very kindly, thank you, Alex, for actually letting us have this giveaway and for allowing 2 winners as well. It's actually extremely generous. So this wraps up March. So next time you see it will be April. We'll be talking about Easter. I might film first week from April on Easter Monday, thinking about it, if I'm doing a Stitch challenge, and then at least you'd see it at the end of it anyway. I'll work it out anyway. So there's enough prattling on, and there's nothing else more to show you. So again, thank you all for watching, liking, commenting and subscribing. And if you're new, I really hope you'll think about subscribing as well, and you know, sticking around for what else I sew on, and I'm not just prattling on like now. Okay, so thank you all for watching, guys, and until next time, bye.